The Square Ball Podcast.
Hiya, welcome to the show. Michael Normanson's with me. What method of transport are we using to get around the fan channels today on propaganda?
Tuk-tuk.
Tuk-tuk.
It's
good. Yeah.
They don't sponsor this show, but mention it anyway.
Right. So what would you put in a tuk-tuk apart from people? I mean, like fuel-wise.
Petrol?
Red diesel.
Red diesel.
That's what I'm claiming.
All right, cool.
Yep.
It's cheaper, isn't it?
That's how we are getting round the fan channels today. On a show that is brought to you with Levi Solicitors. We should mention those guys.
I was thinking back, I think it was National Conveyancing Week in March. I don't know if it's still going. I'll do some research and I'll come back.
I mean, conveyancing never ends, does it?
It literally never does. No, they're just always at it.
Yeah.
And you can always get a 10% discount.
How can I get that?
Using our code.
Which is?
LeviSolicitors.co.uk/thesquareball.
They're not strictly a code, is it?
Well, code, URL, phone number. It's all the same, isn't it?
Just tell them that we sent you 10% discount on your legal fees, LeviSolicitors.co.uk/the-squareball. Full details and terms on the website. Dean's here as well. We're doing it's the fan channels today on propaganda. That's what this show is all about. It's all about what other people have been saying in the football world. And what have they been saying, Michael Normanson? Where are we going today? Off the back of, Leeds drew, so I presume, is West Brom a little bit thin on the ground?
Yeah, and West Brom were generally just an all right set of people as well, aren't they, West Brom fans, in my experience. So I've found some people who are...
Mountain folk.
Of course, yeah, the highest...
It's the highest altitude football ground in England, isn't it?
It is.
So up there in the hills, the old, the Brom Hills.
Doesn't feel like it's particularly hilly around there either, does it?
No.
It's weird.
Is that because you gasp whenever you go in any football ground, just fighting for air? No.
No. The highest football ground is the away end at Newcastle. Yeah. As everyone knows, because that's probably the top of the earth.
That is Sherpa territory.
It's at the top of the country as well.
I was going to say, Newcastle, high, Leeds slightly less high, but Bromwich is quite low down, because that's maths and geography and science.
Correct.
Wow.
Correct. So we'll go to a YouTube channel called All Things Midlands, first of all, which sounds quite depressing as a topic, I would suggest, but they're super, super enthusiastic.
I'm going to go for today, as I said in the preview, I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to the boys. Beck, what are you going for?
I'm going to go for 3-2.
3-2?
Yeah.
Any goal scorers?
Armstrong, Mikey Johnson.
Anyone else? Wait for that.
I'll go for that.
Roddy?
Honestly, I'm going to go for a 1-0 smash and grab.
Come on then, who's scoring?
Adam Armstrong.
Good man. Listen, big shout out to all the boys and girls going today. What time is it, guys? It's showtime!
Michael, I bet you hated that.
I did.
Did you hate it when young people who are happy and full of hope?
Yeah, that's what I hated.
Yeah.
There's no need for that end bit, though, is there?
It's maybe their little catchphrase.
Yeah.
How they send off.
Have we got a catchphrase here, or do we need one?
What's probate conveyancing?
It's less a catchphrase, more of a sales pitch, that.
I don't think we do, really. Will's probate and conveyancing is as near as it gets.
Is that the thing that gets said to you the most out and about?
That and cheer up.
All right.
I think. But that can't be my catchphrase, can it?
No. So misery is your catchphrase.
We are recording the morning after Burnley went to Cardiff and won.
We'll be hearing from the Burnley fans.
So we don't need to overdo our analysis on that, deep as it will probably be, because we'll talk about that tomorrow's show, maybe Friday. We've got Aidan White coming in. That's good, isn't it?
We have. That'd be nice.
But yeah, that was annoying, especially the very, very late miss from Cardiff.
Listen,
we beat them chumps 7-0, mate. Are you going to say it's fine?
It's fine. I thought we'd win. And they did win.
Right.
Mind you, I thought we'd win against West Brom. We didn't win.
No.
We drew. Anyway, let's. They did. Credit to All Things Midlands, though. They managed outside the ground to spot Liam Richardson, who's the guy who was the Rotherham manager last season.
Was he the Leeds fan?
Yeah.
Right.
I think they spotted him.
Okay.
That's good, isn't it?
Let's have a quick Google of this.
How did they know who he was?
By recognising a football manager. By knowing stuff about football.
Were Rotherham in the Championship last season?
They were, yes.
Oh.
Because we drew with them, didn't we?
Oh, yeah, of course we did.
At their place.
Anyone who's not
sad.
Anyone who's not around us in the league, I just forget who's there. It's the arrogance of the Championship.
Exactly.
You got a picture of him?
There he is. Yeah, I've put him into Google Images, and there he is.
Recognise him yet?
I mean, I do now. Yeah.
Could you describe him to me?
He's a man.
Doesn't cut it down.
Some hair.
Okay, that does cut it down.
Got some hair chat later on as well.
Oh, good. Running out of things to say.
Okay, man with some hair.
He's got a face, some eyes.
Should we link him to the Leeds job, or was he probably just there as a Leeds fan?
He might have been scouting for us.
What position does he play? Can he play number 10?
No, he's a manager now.
Yeah, but did he?
I don't know.
Right.
Let's hear their full-time assessment.
Running guys, it is full time here. It is Albion 1, Leeds 1. Overall, a really good point. Right, Rob?
I thought the first half we were better than the second half. I think Leeds turned it on more in the second half because they conceded, it was 10 minutes before the break, something like that. But I think we deserved the point, 100%. I think there were aspects of the game we were the better team, but we move on to the next game, and it's a good point away from home.
No, I completely agree with you there. Of course, in the preview, guys, a lot of the comments were saying Leeds are going to batter us, but again, a really good point in the row for us. I'm really, really happy with it. I think we fully deserved of it. I thought Leeds were a good team on the day. I think second half, they did give us a lot of problems, but overall, we combated with them. I thought overall, a point was really deserved. A bit more than an ace, but overall, really good point back.
Yeah, just basically to sum it up, to come away with a point from Leeds, that's pretty good. That's more than I can ask for, and they played really well, I think. I'm proud of the boys.
Yeah, thanks for saying that, Beck. Pfizer Price was electric today. I thought really good energy about him. Beck, who's your man of the match?
Either Mikey, all three, Mikey, Hagan, or Isaac Prime.
We're saying that for every single one of them today. Guys, who is your man of the match? Put down in the comment section down below. I thought Mikey John's a level above today against everyone. Make sure you can leave a comment in the section down below. Like and subscribe. Rod, anything to say, really?
Nothing much, but what time is it now?
Looking away. It's showtime!
Oh, God.
See?
It got very YouTube at the end, didn't it? Yeah. Don't forget to hit the comments below and hit that like and subscribe, Dean.
But hold on a minute, right? Surely that's the end of Showtime.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's not Showtime anymore. Game's finished, stream's finished, you've liked and subscribed. It's not Showtime. It's factually inaccurate, lads.
Hit that like and subscribe button.
Yeah.
I feel like I should have pulled out the lead judges clip where he goes, he's done it again! Just had that on there as well.
Quite threatening, that, Michael.
He was quite threatening.
Actually, you were bordering on sexy there as well, I don't want to say.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much.
Was it his hand on his
just
grimace?
Slight
face?
forceful look in his eye.
I preferred that, though, from those guys, because there was more respect on Leeds United's name.
Right.
In the first one, they were like, oh, yeah, we're going to do him. They kept listing players I've never heard of. Mikey Johnson, did he play?
Probably, yeah.
Sounds like a player from the early 80s. No idea who that guy is. But in this one, yeah, it's as good as we could have hoped for, leaving Ellen Road with a point.
Someone with a name like Mikey as well sounds like he's in MLS.
So did you see Jackie Harrison's being linked with a move back to the Major League Soccer?
Yeah.
Did you see how long he's still got left on his contract with us?
Is it
3
ages?
years?
Yeah, 28 it goes out.
Because we offered him that brilliant new contract just as we were getting relegated, didn't we?
Yep.
With hindsight, would you have taken the 20 million from Leicester?
Yep.
Yeah, good. Right, next.
West Brom Fan TV, slightly less giddy and YouTubey, but still very pleased with his point.
It's showtime.
Right then, full time at Ellen Road. Albion sneak a point in crazy circumstances, considering how well Leeds played. Final thoughts on the game. We played all right. Forward don't look too good though. Mowbray, he had a game plan and he nailed it, to be honest. I think everyone in the Albion team should hold their heads up high because it was very determined. It was a determined point. The body thrown on the line, the blocks we made, they honestly, they deserved their wages today. They were superb. Absolutely superb. And I am absolutely delighted with the point because, like I say, when I used to do the prediction videos, the amount of quality that Leeds have is a joke. They're so good. They play so well on the ball. But that final shot that they fizzed in every time, there was a dogged defender, Furlong, Malumbi, even Pricey sometimes, Isaac Price sometimes fizzing in, just blocking it. Fair bloody play to them. They've done us proud today.
We didn't play that well, did we?
Not really.
No. I thought we were under par.
Yeah, I thought so as well. But the thing is, we can still obviously pass a ball nicely and are technically accomplished, aren't we? Even when we're not necessarily creating a lot of chances.
And us being slightly under par in this division is probably as good as they will have come up against, especially more recently. Fizzing in to make a block, he said. Not to go too football cliches on this.
Yeah, a shot fizzes in, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know about a block. You know, a fizzy block.
Can a human fizz into somewhere?
Unless you've got
steady.
Fizzy pants.
You've never seen Normanton in action, have you?
Fizzy bum. You've had
a bit of a big night out.
You've had, yeah. I think you can.
Do you have a fizzy bum? It's more of a stale bum.
No, I think you can definitely
a stagnant bum.
You can definitely be fizzy, I would suggest.
Right. Okay. Can we move on?
Maybe I'm doing the Brockers wrong. Right. Let's move on to.
It's not a suppository.
Let's move on to the wrestling.
Right.
Bobby Dazzler 69 and a few others on Blue Sky.
That sounds like Bobby Dazzler 69 sounds like the sort of name you'd get on the back of a shirt on a stag do.
It does. Yeah. It does.
Yeah.
But this is, I don't know an awful lot about wrestling. This is CM Punk apparently calling out The Rock and John Cena.
You'll never see CM Punk give up on his dreams of main eventing WrestleMania. Ironically, Mr. Don't Quit, Mr. Don't Give Up, you gave up on yourself. You gave up on all of these people. You gave up on all those kids. The joke's on you. I'm going to see you down the road. And I'm going to get my hands on the both of you bald frauds. And when I do, you're going to make a wish that I never did.
Right.
So there you go. Not just Maresca.
Drop the old BF.
But The Rock and John Cena, who I'm pretty sure has hair.
Yeah, he does, I think. Unless he skins it for particular wrestling events.
I was about to just ask if the Ultimate Warrior still did the wrestling, but it turns out he died in 2014.
There's not a great life expectancy for wrestlers. It seems to be.
Does that surprise you?
It seems to be like up there with like coal mining and I don't know, like working in an asbestos factory.
Yeah, you see, like the Ultimate Warrior on his Wikipedia. I remember him with like the ropes around the arms and the makeup on and the long hair and all that. I've just looked at him on Wikipedia. It turns out it was just a bloke.
Is that right?
Correct.
Wow, just a man. Just a man under all that.
Bald Fraud, going back to catchphrases?
Yeah, true. I think I don't own Bald Fraud, though.
I was going to say, do these guys owe you cash now?
No. It was definitely doing the rounds about Pep Guardiola, then Maresca, the sort of spawn of Guardiola.
Yeah. Do you like to claim but did you popularise it?
Nah. No.
Have you popularised baldness?
I think maybe I have.
Yeah.
We've had a potential sponsor in, haven't we?
I know. How exciting is that?
I don't know how I feel about it.
Right. Well, I've okayed it anyway.
Oh, okay, fine.
So
is it no spoilers, but is it for like a syrup of figs or what is it?
I'm just logging in now to get the proposal, and I will tell you what it's about.
Whilst you do that, who was our last CM Punk? Central midfield Punk.
Oh, okay.
Weston McKennie? Mark Rocker?
See, I think a punk I don't think of as being a particular insult.
No? So maybe someone we liked?
Click,
yeah.
Punk with a punk attitude is what I would say.
So CM Punk is, in Leeds terms, is Matthias Click.
Fine.
Right.
Does that work?
So I've got it.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a campaign to promote this company's hair loss treatment. They combine science, technology, and medical expertise to deliver personalised, cutting-edge hair loss treatment plans that put an end to hair loss. Blah 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 blah.
It's good that we're discussing this now before we have the sponsorship redone, and I can't accuse you of trying to eradicate my people.
Yeah. Dates, budgets. We are just keen to find out if you would be happy working with this brand before putting any media plans together. So I've obviously straight on that, yes.
Can we get payment in lieu and can I get all my hair back?
I think so, because if you get like Athletic Greens or whatever, I think they once tried sponsoring this podcast, but it were far too low rent for like Athletic Greens, and then Christ, it's expensive.
We're not like we're not high performance enough.
Yeah, or AG1, whatever they've rebranded it. So I don't mind plugging them anyway. But what was I even thinking about here? I've lost my train of thought completely.
What the deal will be with the baldness?
Yeah, because
people.
That's it. They normally send you a pack. That's what I was going to say. Yeah,
of course. Yeah,
so
get the sample.
I want us to send you off to do whatever it is that they do, or get some of the cream or the whatever.
I think it's too late for the cream.
Is it?
I think it's going to need something a bit more dramatic.
What would it be?
He's got a lot of back hair.
It's going to need to be transplant, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
You've got loads on your back.
True enough.
If you've got loads on your back, could we not just like apply a little bit of the cream to your neck and
See
it just
what
starts
happens.
to travel up?
A comb over from the back.
No, to stimulate growth, just to keep it coming forward, and then you can shave your neck part of the way down your back.
It's like, you know, if you want to coax the dog, for example, to come in the house or upstairs, you just leave a little trail of like rewards.
That's exactly what I had in my head.
Yeah, and it comes sort of a few steps, then you put the next one down,
Yeah.
like a trail of breadcrumbs almost.
That, but with your back hair that's going to end up on your forehead.
We'll see if they go with that as the read.
But anyway, we've said yes, so hopefully they're happy to get on board. I think they've probably heard it. They've heard all the BF chat, and they're all over it.
I'm not so sure. Anyway, speaking of,
do you have doubts?
I do have doubts about the whole enterprise.
Right.
Leicester Till I Die TV.
Oh,
home of the Bold Fraud last season.
So, is it Leicester Till I Die TV 1?
TV 1.
I wouldn't want to mistake it with 2 or 3 or 4.
There is a 2.
Oh, have they got 2?
I don't know. I don't know why they did 2.
Right.
Like as if they need.
Maybe we've got more than 1.
But like, put it all on 1.
Yeah. Anyway, that the bloke who hosts it, the comedian.
Excuse me. Is that what he is? Is that what you branded him as?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's good that Maresca's not doing well at Chelsea anyway, because it looked like he might be quite good, didn't he, at one point this season? But they've reverted to being just fine now. But so the Bold Fraud made me think I'll check in on Leicester Till I Die TV, and this is what I found. Start the latest video.
This is Leicester Till I Die TV. Watch and subscribe on YouTube, and listen on your podcast platform.
Good evening. Sloppy seconds time. And who would be better to have sloppy seconds with than Brad?
There you go.
But what does it mean?
I didn't watch the rest of it. I turned it off.
Wow.
Maybe the 2 channels just to avoid bans.
Okay.
They've got a backup.
Maybe it means something different in Leicester. Maybe it's a nice thing.
I mean, it's quite popular these days, isn't it? With all the sort of
I have questions.
The OnlyFans people.
What in your mind, Dean?
Yeah.
Think of a nice way that sloppy seconds could apply. What are you thinking there?
Maybe you have made a really nice chili the night before. Next morning you get up. Oh, do you know what? I'll have a little bit of sloppy seconds. Here we go. Bong, bang. It's in the bowl.
I always call it that.
Listen, I'm trying to stand up for my man.
Mm-hmm.
Just for balance.
He's your man, is he?
Here at the BBC. Yeah, sure.
I think you'd be better off distancing yourself.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Next.
Let's go. Do you want to go Millwall or Burnley?
Oh, I'd love to go Burnley.
All right, we'll hear from Burnley then. In fact, this will time with, because the Millwall chat is FA Cup chat, because obviously they were in that. So were Burnley. We were very blasé about the FA Cup, weren't we? We were like,
and rightfully so. It's beneath us.
Didn't really want to be in it. So I was kind of surprised to see how into the FA Cup they were. So we'll hear from Bradley Miller, and this is him talking about the FA Cup and the potential of a trip to Wembley.
Preston away the second time in 2 weeks, this time in the FA Cup, and oh my God, I'm so gassed. If I weren't gassed enough about the last one, I'm even more gassed about this, because if we win, we are 1 game away from Wembley, and I can't lie, I would do anything to see Burnley at Wembley. Honestly, I think if I watched Burnley at Wembley, FA Cup semi-final, FA Cup final, I don't know, any sort of cup final, I reckon I'd cry all day. Honestly, it's just even thinking about it, like I'd start crying, me.
I mean, Wembley does make me feel a bit like that as well.
Yeah, that was exactly my thought.
And he missed one final that they might get to this year. Playoff final.
That's why, let him have the dream. Let him have his dream.
Yeah.
Right.
Get to Wembley. Try to drop off in the league, if anything. You don't want to accidentally finish in the top 2, do you, Burnley? And then rob this lad of his dream.
Do you reckon they could just elect now? Be like, right, we'll just enter the playoffs.
We'll take 3rd.
Yeah.
He's gassed as well, which I think means good.
Right.
It's a bit like being fizzy, isn't it? Gassed.
Maybe you are gassed and then you fizz into somewhere.
Yeah, possibly. Was fizzy bad or good?
Fizz was good because they were blocking shots and stuff.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, fizzing in. That was it.
Yeah.
Get all gassed, then you can fizz in.
My wife and son are going to Wembley on Saturday.
Although if you do smell gas, ring a number.
I'm going to throw some words at you now, and you tell me how much of this you understand. KSI and the rest of Sidemen FC will be taking over Wembley Stadium to face the YouTube All-Stars for the 6th time in this bitter rivalry. I'm going to see that. It's some YouTubers. It's for a good cause. It's a charity match. UK charities Brightside and BBC Children in Need. And it's sold out by the looks of it.
Wow.
But which is your favourite out of them, Sidemen FC and YouTube All-Stars? And why weren't we invited to YouTube All-Stars?
At Leicester Till I Die TV, man.
You laugh, but actually some of the lads I've seen one or two of these games before, we've got a chance.
But they're not good footballers?
I know.
All right, I thought some of them were quite good.
Some of them are also fucking awful.
Oh, okay. Well, if maybe we can have you can fight the Leicester Till I Die bloke or something instead as a boxing match
in Wembley Stadium.
Yeah, I think you'd sell it out.
This year, the full list of players has been confirmed with a range of high-profile content creators included, such as iShowSpeed and Kai Cenat. The organisers have also teased a Super Bowl-style halftime show featuring a mystery guest.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be someone else I've not heard of.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that one.
But it's sold out, would you believe? Sold Wembley out for this.
Here's a question. If we put on a charity match at Wembley Stadium, how many tickets would we sell?
There is a
tens.
There is a Leeds content creators trophy thing being done by Joe Blackburn. I noticed he mentioned us, and I was like, "This is the first time hearing of this," and I cannot move at the moment. But other than that,
oh yeah, I think I said I'd play in that as well.
Oh,
but
okay.
Is that not like South Leeds Stadium rather than Wembley?
The scope of it's not quite the same. I grant you.
Right.
But let this Burnley fan go to Wembley anyway.
Yeah.
For that, for the KSI, for all the YouTubes,
and of course they'll have just waltzed past Preston. Of course they will have.
Yeah, they didn't quite, and he's not happy.
3-0 Preston. Absolute disgrace of a performance. We didn't want it from minute one. It was the same over and over again. Centre backs just pumping it up front, and just we're not getting on the end of it because they're way too strong for us. We didn't change it up one bit. We just kept on going and going on with the same thing all game. And yeah, they just wanted it a lot more than us. They had the game plan. We didn't. It was an absolute fucking disgrace.
There you go.
When we lost to Millwall, it was a bit...
How well?
Yeah.
But we weren't fantasising about crying in Wembley like this young man. So it meant more to him. He's not gassed now. What's the opposite of gassed?
Unfizzy.
Still.
Solid.
Yep.
Please can we move on?
Okay. Let's hear Turfcast post Preston. This is also not happy actually about the defeat, but...
Any sign of the guy with the teardrop tattoos?
Was he Turfcast or was he something else? I can't remember. He was a long time ago, wasn't he? I'll have to dig into the archive to find him. No, I've not found him on anything recently.
Currently out of
circulation.
Yeah.
Potentially. But it just goes to show, I think, on this that they're also worried about squads and depth and all that because their left back is out for a while. Parker hasn't said exactly how long, but yeah, Humphreys is not Jake Humphreys. Bashir, I believe he's called. He's out for a while, and they're not happy with the left back who they've got instead. They're not happy with anything.
Are we saying finished club?
Pretty much.
Joe Worrell, we spent £3 to £4 million on him. Rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Listen, Humphreys is gone now for the season. We know you're not going to see Humphreys play again. And yes, it means we've got to see Perez play at left back for the rest of the season, which is a catastrophe in itself. We should have had a left back in January, and we never got one. But we never got a striker either. The thing no one's talking about, Humphreys was also our cover at centre half. So behind CJ and Esteve now, we have Joe Worrell, who's proved today he isn't good enough. But if two of them get injured, what have we got? Nothing. We've got Joe Worrell, or we've got one of the three available. And who? A kid out the 23s. We've got nothing. Behind, now Humphreys is injured. We've got nothing. Listen, that was a real chastening experience, that today.
Not happy then?
Not at all. We know a thing or two about catastrophic left backs over the years, don't we?
Yeah, so if they've conceded 3 goals at Preston in the FA Cup, conceded 1 to Cardiff, and we know that you should be beating them 7-0, they might be finished.
It's looking that way.
Yeah.
Except they did win.
Yeah.
Shall we hear from Turfcast post Cardiff?
Right, okay, 60-second review. Cardiff City 1, Burnley 2. And I tell you what, we properly hung on there, didn't we? In that second half, anyway, Cardiff, they should have made it 2-2 at the end with that chance that they had. Although, having said that, we should have been out of sight. That first half, we played very, very well, I thought. We were by far and away the better side in that first half. You know, Zian Fleming's missed a sitter. He played well, to be fair, Zian. He did get the assist for the second goal. He kept the ball alive really well, but he did miss that sitter. The referees missed 2 penalties. One penalty. We should have had 1 penalty, let's be fair. I think both challenges are penalties, but if the first one happens and he's given like it should be, then the second one on Edwards doesn't happen. But yeah, that second half... Well, not the entire second half, to be fair, because the first 15 minutes of it, we came out properly on the front foot, really taking the game to them and had a few decent chances, but couldn't put the game to bed. And then after that, we just stepped back. Cardiff stepped onto us, and in the end, I thought we were lucky to get the 3 points.
Lucky to get the 3 points. That's the only bit I heard. Yep. Not the bit where they were good for an hour.
Well, did you not hear the big news there that the ref missed 2 penalties? Why is the ref taking penalties?
Hey, very good. I didn't watch all this apart from I put it on for the last 10 minutes. You did, didn't you?
I had it on, but I was only watching it based on moments of commentary excitement. So if the commentator got excited, I would look up and watch it. But yeah, I watched the last 10 minutes like you, like properly. And yeah, they could have got something. Could have got something good, Cardiff.
Bloody Will Fish.
Yeah.
Missed a big chance, didn't he?
Shame. Right.
From that then, he talks a little bit about the promotion chase.
But I feel like now they are looking back over their shoulder a little bit and thinking Burnley have won, and that's going to frustrate them a little bit. And that's just what we need to keep doing now. We just need to keep putting points on the board and making Sheffield United nervous, making Leeds nervous. Do I think we can catch Leeds? No, I don't, to be fair. I don't think we can catch Leeds. I think they're a little bit too far ahead. And to be honest, I think Leeds will probably accumulate more points between now and the end of the season than we do. But Leeds aren't the team that we're chasing. We're chasing Sheffield United.
Well, that's good to hear.
It's good to hear, isn't it?
I genuinely take comfort in that.
One of them wants to go to Wembley. One of them don't want to chase us.
It's got no bearing on the outcome, but it has made me feel better, genuinely.
Yeah, me too.
There's that.
Because we've been in positions before as well where you're looking at teams around you, above you, and you're thinking, nah, they're gone. We don't need to worry about them. We're thinking about these. And if we are the team now that they have discredited as being a genuine rival, great, perfect, yep.
It's funny, isn't it, how he is analysing that with one eye on the rest of the season, whereas there's just been that little wobble within our fan base just because we dropped 2 points and the gap has closed up a little bit again. But it can and will hopefully open up again. Said this week, if we go into Easter Monday with a 4-point gap to second place, right, and we win on Easter Monday, which is Stoke, that's the day that Burnley play Sheffield United at Turf Moor. If we win in that game against Stoke with a 4-point gap, we are up. So we don't need to pull away massively.
Are there not 3 games left after that?
No, there's 2 after that.
Is that right?
It would put us 7 points clear of one of them. Yeah.
Right.
Or 6 with a draw.
Okay.
Yeah.
And our goal difference is ridiculous.
Superior. I mean, there's only Burnley who are likely to catch us in that regard, but all it takes is another couple of big wins just to open that gap up against. There's a 15 difference between the two, so yeah.
Funnily enough, he mentioned the fact that they've conceded, I know they conceded in the Cup, but it's the Cup. They conceded a league goal for the first time since bloody Christmas or something. And he was saying he's actually quite pleased that they have to sort of get it out of the system. Because it was weighing on him a bit. I did have that thought a little bit about West Brom. Provided we now go on from here and we're fine, it will have been worth getting the dropped points out of the system. I tried to rationalise it by thinking that. It's stupid, isn't it? They'll focus more after this now.
Yeah.
They'll know it's not going to be easy. We can just win 3 on the bounce after this.
Are we back on that thought process where that guy rung into Radio Leeds suggesting we lose a load of games so we could chase people instead of being top?
That's right. Lose momentum to gain momentum.
Nope, don't.
We've only dropped 10 points since the Blackburn defeat.
We're really good.
Yeah.
We're just really good.
That's a lot, isn't it?
It just doesn't feel as good as it did a week ago.
Well, it's not going to do, is it? Because the gap's smaller, and we're in a game week where both teams outperformed us.
Yeah.
And we're such emotional creatures, whether we admit it or not. We are.
And I did work out last night that we've only been outperformed by both teams. I think it's on 8 game weeks out of 35 where we've drawn. They've both
You've
won.
really been spending a long time looking at these things.
I just want to look. I just want to see all the different.
You can't argue your way to promotion, you know.
No, I know that. What I'm saying is, like, because people think, well, Burnley and Sheffield United will never drop another point again, but they will.
They will.
And I wanted to just get a handle on how many times they've outperformed us on any given game week. And it's fairly minimal. It's about 22% of the game weeks they've both outperformed us. So carry that forward into the remaining 11, and you maybe 2 or 3 game weeks where they close it up on us. The rest of the time we'll either be extending the gap or matching them. In theory.
Okay.
Based on season.
Let's just play this out in theory then.
Yep, fine by me.
I was going to say, you can't argue your way to promotion, but you can look at enough stats and data to make yourself feel better.
Yeah.
Just focus on the ones that show us in good light.
We've outperformed at least one of the 2 teams in 40% of our games.
Okay.
You'll never sing that.
Yep. So we've got more points than at least one of them in 40% of our games. That's nearly 1 in 2.
I'm not entirely sure what it means anymore as a stat.
He doesn't feel comforted, do you?
40% just doesn't sound high.
No, but I'm saying so
going again. Go on.
2 out of every 5 games, 4 out of every 10, we have outperformed at least one of the 2 of them.
Okay.
And the others they've matched us. So we've pulled away from one.
About?
I do, yeah.
We've pulled away from one of the teams, one of the 2 teams.
Right.
We all need to be better than one of them is the point I'm making.
True, yeah.
We all need to be better than one of them. And in 40% of our games, we are extending our gap on at least one of them.
Okay.
So feel happy. It's fine.
40% of the time, it works every time.
Correct.
Got you.
Save me from myself.
Right, let's go to Lions TV. We'll finish on a bit of scum, so we'll go Lions TV. Yes, there's plenty of that. Not on these clips though. They were just doing it. I listened to it. It's too much, isn't it?
They've had quite a week. They've been in the headlines again of Millwall, haven't they?
They have.
So their keeper attempted to behead a man.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Yeah.
27 stitches
in his ear.
It required apparently.
Did it?
That's what I read.
See, they did like a minute's applause for the keeper, like
that
in the 8th
quite
minute,
funny.
because basically the way that the press has gone after them for this attempted ear murder, they were taking the piss out of the fact that everyone else. So they did a minute's applause, like in the 8th minute in their most recent game. Is that the game against Bristol City that they lost 2-0? Now they're concentrating on the league.
Yes, of course.
Go on then.
So this is how that incident played out from the Millwall end, and it goes from the point of view of, because the ref didn't send him off initially, so this goes from the point at which the VAR notice appears on the scoreboard, like checking for possible red card.
Possible red card? Fuck off.
Send Roberts off. Well, see, he's off then. He's coming through. Run off. No right, it's him. No right. Fuck. You're going to send him off. How the fuck is that even a foul?
We've seen worse violence in the East End, haven't we?
How the fuck is that even a foul?
Right.
Got the ball as clean as anything.
Mm.
Yeah, he said, it can't be. It can.
But he definitely was. He did get the ball first.
Yeah. I'm fairly sure he was just going for the ball and didn't attempt to behead the man, but nearly did.
But he did all the same, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like I say, it's a manslaughter, not a murder.
Yeah.
But you still can't do it. It's just not an acceptable thing. So this is a minute after that. He's been sent off. They're still talking about it, and they're getting, as you do at games, people at home watching it on TV, they're getting reports from WhatsApp of whether or not it was a fair decision and stuff. And two very different opinions coming from the one WhatsApp group.
But then people were saying on WhatsApp groups, just to follow through, in the champ it's never a red. Nearly killed him. It's red. Can't be kicking people.
Somewhere between never red in the championship and he's almost killed him.
It was a red, wasn't it? You've got to give that.
100%. Of course
you kick a man in the head like that.
The amount of times that you'll get a 2-footed tackle where you get the ball, but then you follow through and you get the bloke's leg or whatever. And that's always a red these days. So when the foot's there, yeah.
Both players have to be able to, as far as they can, safely contest for the ball without one of them fearing that they may lose an eye. It's a red card.
Right.
Imagine they've both gone for the ball in the same manner there. Imagine the spectacle of that. 2 men with their feet at 6 feet in the air.
Oof.
It'd be like a game of Tekken. Choose your fighter.
Yeah. Finish him. Right, what we got next?
We said how odd Millwall fans can be sometimes with their attempts to be kind of edgy with like banners and flags and this sort of stuff. This is them singing to Palace fans about something that happened 30 years ago.
Come on, if you're going to be edgy, you've got to do better than that.
That was one Palace fan. Does that even count?
They're so funny, aren't they?
Has someone in the crowd just seen a high kick and gone, oh, there was another one here as well? I'll count us down.
We liked it when Cantona kicked that bloke.
Kicking violence, innit?
Seemed weird.
It's dead funny.
Yeah.
They're like the sort of football equivalent of like internet edgelords, basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Strange.
This is post-game now, so you've seen it, the replays. You think there's going to be some acceptance of the red card as being obviously a red because he kicked a man's head off, but not quite somehow.
Now, he's won the ball cleanly, okay? And if I'm honest, 10, 15 years ago, that's not a foul. The ref didn't give it, and he must have seen it. It was like, his foot was fucking above his ear roll. So he's won the ball, okay? And what I'm saying is, if you look at it, okay, he can't help, physically can't help, and it'll always look worse in slow motion, like I said. He can't help that the fact that his momentum and his body weight and the way he's travelling is going to carry him through. And he does clip Mateta. He clips Mateta and obviously badly injures him and he's stretched off and hopefully he's all right. But look, what I'm saying is that Roberts didn't get sent off for the tackle, okay? What Roberts got sent off for, bear with me for some of you saying, what the fuck is he talking about? Roberts got sent off because his foot was so high. Now, if the ball was lower, okay, and say Mateta had to duck to put his head down and the ball wasn't here, the ball was here, and Roberts wins that, he doesn't get sent off, I don't believe. If Roberts goes with his head, which he probably should have done, and on the follow-through, his shoulder knocks Mateta on the head and sparks him out, then it's not a red card. The reason it's a red card is because his fucking foot is so high. And in the laws of the game, it is a red card. There's nothing you can say. Yes, he wins the ball, and his follow-through is what clips Mateta. And I don't believe for a minute he's done it intentionally. It's probably a bit of a misjudgment. He should have gone with his head. He's trying to bail Cooper out of shit. But he does clip Mateta and badly hurts him. And in the laws of the game, in this day and age, that is a straight red card, unfortunately. As much as it pains me to say it.
Yeah, some of that rationalisation was a bit confusing, wasn't it? It was a little bit, if my auntie had bollocks, she'd be
exactly.
my uncle.
If the ball had been on the ground and he hadn't kicked him in the head, it's probably all right.
And he'd done a somersault on approach.
I was going to say the exact phrase, if my auntie had bollocks, she'd be my uncle. Yeah. But also, he's talking about one and the same thing. He says, I don't think he got sent off for the tackle, and then explains the tackle.
Yeah.
But if the tackle had been different, or a header, it'd have been fine.
Yeah, as we were saying, I don't think he intended it, but it's the fact that he had his foot above his fucking ear owl.
Yeah, but this guy's choosing a really strange hill to die on, trying to explain away that red card, which is one of the most red cardy of red cards.
But you do, don't you? Like, you find reasons to, like sort of post hoc to rationalise these things.
I guess so. Throughout all of this, I've just been thinking, do you remember the time that Pascal tried to kill a young man at Ellen Road?
Liverpudlian, I was thinking about that, yeah.
And it, like, that deserved some kind of analysis to try and think about what actually happened there. It was Harvey Elliott, was it? Harvey Elliott got injured. Jurgen Klopp came on in his ref's uniform and told the ref what to do. But that deserves some sort of analysis. This doesn't. Man's tried to behead a Frenchman in the capital.
Yeah. It was an obvious sort of football tackle, was the one Pascal Strout did.
Yeah.
This was something different.
No. Yeah.
I mean, if keepers are allowed to use their feet, you could come for corners with your feet.
You could, yeah.
That'd clear the box.
In many ways, some of them do, don't they? Like, they do that thing where
Get your
they
knee
jump
up.
with your knee out. Yeah, because they know that.
I wish Melier'd do that.
Right, just be violent.
Yeah.
Right.
Just inflict a bit of pain on people.
Okay. So you're actually calling for this.
I suppose I am when it's Melier. He only weighs about 8 stone. He wouldn't damage anyone
bounce
much
off you.
anyway. Exactly.
Right. Right, what we got next?
Let's finish on a bit of scum,
Mm-hmm.
shall we? Let's. Do you want to start on a bit of Stretford Paddock?
Have we got the clip archived anywhere of Webby and O'Neill talking about Ruben Amorim?
Oh, don't worry, it's on this.
Oh, mate.
I've got it lined up. Don't you worry.
So good at your job.
Let's first of all hear from Stretford Paddock. This is a couple of different assessments of Xerxes and their other strikers this weekend.
I thought Xerxes is worth mentioning for some of the stuff that I saw him doing today, but there was at times today where he looked like fucking Gloria out of Madagascar. That's the hippo, in case anyone's not got kids, right? Where he just completely fucking had it bouncing off him. So for every good thing that he did and bit of guile that he's got where he shows it, then he also just looks like this fucking hippo. Rasmus Højlund absolutely maddeningly shit. Like, Cheeto probably did more. Certainly felt like more of a threat. Even though you can still tell he's miles off being ready to play for Manchester United first team, he's still a better choice than the guy we paid 72 fucking million for.
Steve Doyle says, never pressed with Xerxes. I'm not going to read the next bit because it's slightly cruel. I will do. Is it like a tubby whale?
Cannot wait for these players to be sold at a massive loss and go on and be huge successes elsewhere.
Probably, yeah. The guy they were all kind of pinning the hopes on as well, Chido Obi Martin, who came on. He's a striker who's been pulled out with the youth team basically, but they also can't play him in the Europa League because they didn't think to register him with the squad. So that's good. So they're stuck with the tubby whale.
They described Højlund as maddeningly shit, and is that just not a great summary of Man United at this moment in time? And isn't it great?
Long may it continue.
Yeah.
Right, let's Webby and O'Neill it then to finish. This is them talking about the Fulham game.
It's like I said, come to March, and I did say it the other month. I said, come to March, that's when you'll see whether we're going to go forward or go backwards. And we're going backwards, clearly. And it's going to get worse. Now, how can it get more worse than that? But I am telling you, and I did warn people, and I've warned people for a couple of months, coming into the March, right, if there's nothing to play for, my God, if you see dour football like that now, you're going to see worse because people have given up.
Right. Is that what he said?
That's what he said after Fulham, but that was the previous round. They'd beaten Arsenal, and then he said this.
Ruben Amorim has turned this football club round. These players went out on that pitch today and they were going to die for each other. That is Manchester United. What a performance, a battling performance. He said it last week, Martinez, all up there. And what I'm telling you now, that performance was unbelievable.
Hoist by your own petard.
Should we hear him talking again after they beat Arsenal about the leaders in the dressing room?
Well, we started this with Ruben Amorim talking about needing leaders and all that. Yeah. That is the difference this team has got now. You know, I was calling, there's normally in a good side 3, possibly 4 leaders. Ahmad, to me, has been a leader, but not in the physical sense. It's like he's doing it there. He's trying. He's working hard. I'm going to follow his lead. But they're all doing it now. Every one of them. I just look at it and I think to myself, that hopelessness has gone from all fans. We're back. There's hope. That's how I see it. The standards have been set. That's how I look at it. You know, we expect certain standards and we've not seen them. Players fighting for the badge, running, working for each other, not moaning and all that, getting on with the game. The standards have been so poor. Ruben Amorim has had a tough task. He's turned it round. I am absolutely gobsmacked how he's done it since the turn of the year. What a new year this has been.
Not that long ago, this is it?
No.
Just listening back to that, there was signs. He said the standards have been set now, and then he described what those standards were, and it is running and not moaning. Those are low standards.
Michael can't do either of those.
Yeah, that's true. Shall we see how he's getting on after the weekend?
I am telling you now, right? People coming out of that ground, I just say to myself, there was a bloke there in the disabled section, and I thought to myself, here we go. He's jumped up in the disabled section, clenched fist, come on United. And I thought to myself, he's giving more effort than them players on that pitch. And that's what it's come to. More effort from the disabled section.
Right.
Now, does he think disabled people are just not trying? Does he think that's what disability is?
Right.
They could all, if they just book their ideas up, be fine. And that's part of the issue. But it's good that they're walking again at Man United anyway.
If there are a few leaders in the disabled section,
exactly,
they'd all be up, but unfortunately not.
It's the bloody Glazers. That's what's caused it. Get Glenn Hoddle's thoughts? No. Anyway, let's finish then. Bit more Arsenal chat and a bit more Xerxes. Xerxes had a comeback against Arsenal because he scored the winning penalty.
Can I just say, by the way, this is obviously visual for us. His name is Xerxes, but on the sheet we've now started putting him as Xerxes.
Xerxes.
Yeah. I like that.
So we've heard Xerxes a fat whale now. Let's hear from him from a happier time, that Arsenal game.
Well, you look at Xerxes, for instance, he came on and it was going to be tough for him. But what he did, he kept the ball sometimes. He was a little tricky, give the balls through there. And then he could have scored. Unlucky, little deflection. Goalkeeper got down well for it. But he was a willing runner and he did his job well. And then for him to come up and take that fifth penalty, right, was unbelievable pressure. And he put it in. The crowd went mental. He went mental. And that just sums up Man United. They gave him the fifth penalty. That was the confidence in this team and in each other. This is a team now, a team that is going to go far. They're going to battle. They are never going to give up. And Xerxes just epitomised what went on there today. It was just pure class, fighting, mentality, commitment, you name it, the lot. Any team coming up against Man United know they're going to be playing a different Man United.
Wales can handle pressure quite well because they go deep in the ocean, don't they?
That's very true. They gave Xerxes the fifth penalty again, didn't they, at the weekend?
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, how did that go?
Not very good.
Right.
No, he was probably tired though. Hauling his blubber around for the full 100. Well, full extra time on it. So 120 minutes long. It was absolutely shite, that game as well. I didn't watch all of it, but I put it on for extra time, and basically nothing happened.
It was awful, and the best way for them to lose that game was on penalties, just to limp out. But he's talking again. He said before about how the standards have been set, and then we discussed that was running and not moaning. He then talked about the standards that Xerxes himself has set. Said he's a willing runner and he keeps the ball sometimes.
Sometimes.
Not all the time, but sometimes he keeps the ball.
This is Manchester United, and we keep the ball sometimes.
Standards are high, man. Standards are high. Is that it for this week's propaganda?
That'll do.
Should we do another tour of the fan channels next week?
Let's hope we win.
So we've got Millwall next week, and that's going to be on Wednesday, which is going to just, again, throw the whole week out. We need to get out of this stupid division.
Yeah.
Had enough of it.
Get out of the cups, get out of this division, ideally play as few games as possible. That's what we're all looking for, isn't it?
Wembley. See you soon.
The Square Ball Podcast.